Hello again everyone, and welcome back to my channel. As you may know from a previous video, I believe the annular solar eclipse of October 14 to have been used by the enemy for mimicry of Revelation 12. It looks very likely that this eclipse marked the beginning of a 40-day warning period, as described by Luke chapter 11 verse 30, taking us up to the Feast of Thanksgiving on November 23rd. Luke chapter 11 verse 30. For as Jonas was a sign unto the Ninevites, so shall also the Son of Man be to this generation. Now I believe Jonah died and was resurrected, and I believe the Bible is telling us so. In the book of Jonah, chapter 1 verse 6, he is referred to by the words, O sleeper. And in chapter 2 verse 2, we are told Jonah, out of the belly of hell, cried. And in verse 7, that my soul fainted within me. So based on this belief, let us now compare the stories of both Jesus and Jonah. After Jesus' resurrection, he was seen of his disciples for 40 days, as told in Acts chapter 1 verse 3. Now, there are many historical sources that suggest that Jesus was crucified in 30 AD. And as we have seen in Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 6, God appointed Ezekiel 40 days, each day for a year. Now, 40 years from 30 AD would take us up to 70 AD, when the Jewish temple was destroyed. Was Jesus a 40-day warning of destruction 40 years hence? Because there was no evidence of the nation repenting. Now let's take a look at Jonah's resurrection. He too was a 40-day warning, but to the Gentiles rather than the Jews. It is believed that when Jesus gave up the ghost, that there was an eclipse. An eclipse is also believed to have heralded Jonah's warning. Could it have marked his earlier death instead, like as in the story of Jesus? Of course, in the story of Jonah, the Ninevites repented, and the judgment of the annular solar eclipse was averted. So the solar eclipse accompanying the death of Jesus was a 40-year warning to the Jews, but the eclipse accompanying Jonah's death was a 40-day warning to the Gentiles. Thus, in my view, November 23rd is very much a day to be watching. The eclipse also seems to mark the going out of the raven, such as it was explained in Genesis chapter 8 verse 7. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro, until the waters were dried up from off the earth. In the remainder of this video, I've put together some clips from the film GoldenEye that I believe, as predictive programming, support such a narrative. As you know, I expect Arcturus to turn blue as the sign of his coming. Again, I believe we see further evidence of that here, supplementing previous videos that featured Disney's Wish and the Jiminy Cricket and Friends special. Please excuse the low definition in the videos. I had originally intended to include the first 2.5 minutes of Iron Maiden's song called Writing on the Wall at the end of this video. Unfortunately, due to copyright restrictions, I am unable to do so. So I will leave you to check it out for yourselves if you so wish.
Now let me get you straight, Jimmy. You shot him in the leg, you stole his car, you took his girl. And now you want Valentin Sokovsky to set you up with Yanis?
Yes.
Well, what are you going to do? Appeal to his heart?
No. His wallet.
Oh, that might work. Okay, showtime. Valentin operates out of building number 23 there. Are you sure you want to do this? Last guy who dropped in uninvited went home air freight in very small boxes.
Make sure they send me home first class.
It was Urumov. General Urumov set off the weapon. I saw him do it.
Are you certain it was Arumov?
Yes. He killed everyone and stole the GoldenEye.
And why would he do that?
There is another satellite.
Another GoldenEye. Thank you, Miss Simeonova.
A pen. This is a class 4 grenade. 3 clicks, arms the 4-second fuse. Another 3 disarms it.
How long did you say the fuse was?
Oh, grow up, 007.
They all said the pen was mightier than the sword.
Thanks to me, they were right. Look, let's ask Fred here to demonstrate for us. Here we are. Sorry about this, Fred. 1, 2, 3. Don't say it.
The writing's on the wall?
Along with the rest of it.
Interesting setup, Alec. You break into the Bank of England via computer, then transfer the money electronically. Just seconds before you set off the GoldenEye, which erases any record of the transactions. Ingenious.
Thank you, James.
But it still boils down to petty theft. In the end, you're just a bank robber. Nothing more than a common thief.
You always did have a small mind, James. It's not just erasing bank records. It's everything on every computer in Greater London. Tax records, the stock market, credit ratings, land registries, criminal records. In 16 minutes and 42 seconds, the United Kingdom will re-enter the Stone Age.
A worldwide financial meltdown. And also, mad little Alec can settle a score with the world 50 years on.
Oh, please, James, spare me the Freud. I might as well ask you if all the vodka martinis ever silenced the screams of all the men you've killed.
Yeah.
Or if you find forgiveness in the arms of all those willing women for all the dead ones you failed to protect. England is about to learn the cost of betrayal. Inflation adjusted for 1945. Welcome to the party, my dear.